And it says we are live. It's Thursday night. I'm here. You're beautiful. To all of our friends in the U.S., happy Turkey Day to you guys. Happy. Hope you are having a tremendous holiday with your friends and your family. Of course, it's time for GotBot Goes live. And of course, I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, man, please like, comment, share. Of course, subscribe them while you're at it. Light them up, baby. Oh, that was a hard one. That was a little better. Hit the notification bell. It helps me out a ton. It lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, the Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that is in the description down below. Also in the description down below. And if you are in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we offer to you through Teespring, or of course, hit the join button right here on YouTube to become a channel, a member. And I think tonight is actually going to be a bit of a quick show. I mean, I don't know how many folks are going to come in here. I assume a lot of people are celebrating with their family. I don't know. I don't know if you're done your meal by now. I don't know what you guys do after. I assume I watch football. I don't know. I know that it's a bigger holiday in the US than it is here in Canada. Nevertheless, I have been very fortunate that a lot of kind people have wished me a happy Thanksgiving. Nevertheless, a little belated for me, but I appreciate the sentiment all the same. And I hope you and yours are having a tremendous one as we really kind of kick off the holiday season. I'm going to set things up here a little bit tonight. We are going to be talking about a few kind of MP releases, or certainly some images and stuff that we've seen and some thoughts about that. We're going to talk about a couple of notes about Artfire and Jackpot. A little bit of hold on. A little bit of third-party news. I need to kind of give you guys an update for next week's show. It won't be Thursday. I was gonna do it Wednesday. It won't be Wednesday. I'll explain all that why. It looks like I'm actually gonna do one on Tuesday. So that'll be a really quick one. And I'm fingers crossed. I'm hoping that something that is on the way here is here actually on Tuesday, but I don't know if that's going to happen, and I'll explain why to you guys in just a little bit. It's a very kind of unfortunate reason why that might not happen, but we'll see. We will see. I am just getting things set up here, so bear with me a little bit, guys. Bear with me a little bit here. So yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit of a simple show tonight. We'll see for sure as we get going here. We do, of course, have our trivia. We're gonna take it as it comes. We're gonna take it as it comes. For those of you who actually have come in here and you're giving me a little bit of your time, especially on a holiday, I extra appreciate it. Let's see here. In terms of pickups, I'm going to tell you now. I don't really have any pickups now. GotBot Wife, Starscream Wife did get something in, so I'm going to show that right now. She got in one of the hoodies. I don't know if you can see it. She got a one of the ones that got the logo up here in the corner. Nice hoodie, actually. I'm not a hoodie guy, but it's definitely a cozy thing. I've always been a cardigan guy more than a hoodie guy. And yes, I'm putting this on the chair behind me, so if I'm looking super awkward, that's why. So that, of course, is available if you're interested in a hoodie. Of course, check us out on Teespring, right? A lot of lines there, more than I think people realize. Hey, Bri, happy you're here. Ultra Megatronus, of course, giving out a happy Thanksgiving. I mean, things are good. Things are good here. Kind of crazy busy. As I've been saying with you guys, of course, it's like report card time and parent visitation time, like with my day job and stuff. So it's pretty busy week up and coming. But other than that, good here. Now, the west coast of our province, as well as the west coast of Canada, ironically, have been battered mercilessly by very, very, very bad weather. I mean, we're talking winds of about 160 to 180 kilometers an hour. I don't know what the conversion is. I'm going to do the conversion right now for you guys. For those that are like, I don't know what kilometers are. What's that in miles? Let me do what that is just offhand, just so we got the frame of reference for people that know that better. So let's say 160. We're talking 99 miles an hour. So you're talking 100-mile-an-hour winds. That's strong wind, right? And the other thing that's been with it is, see if I can do this one for you. See if I can do this one. Hold on. Let's do this one. The other thing that goes with it. Why did that do that? Is rain, severe rain, to the tune of 150 millimeters, which would be about 6.5 inches of rain, to 300 millimeters, which is a foot of rain in about 24 hours. So for those that use miles and inches, you're talking a foot of rain and 100-kilometer or 100-mile-an-hour winds. For those that use the metric system, I mean, we're talking somewhere between 150 to 300 millimeters of rain and 160 to 180 kilometer an hour winds. Like it's really brutal. It's washed out roads. It has a section of our province cut off. Now, why do I mention that other than that's bad news for anybody who lives there? And of course, thoughts and prayers and all that good stuff is with them. I mention it because living on an island, we have a lot of our freight that comes in via boat. There are two kind of main ports, one in a place called Argentia, which is closer to me, but it takes longer to get to. Fun fact, for years and years and years and years and years, Argentia was actually maintained as an American military base. It was the one place on our island that like regularly used American currency, like was kind of considered American soil, right? Eventually got sold back to the province. The other port, the one used more commonly in the late fall through the winter because it's shorter, it's a shorter run on the Atlantic Ocean, is in a place called Port aux Basques. Port aux Basques is what is cut off. So right now, a lot of freight is in Nova Scotia waiting to come over to our province. Last count I heard, there are 170 transport trucks waiting to come with freight. So that's a significant amount. Am I going to get my items on Tuesday? I don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen. They're trying to work out logistics of getting the freight to our island. The ferry service is saying that they may very well end up opening the Argentia run for a few days and trying to get a lot of those trucks over here. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully I'll have it by Tuesday because I'm thinking that's when we're going to do a quick version of the show. Some people have said, why don't you just skip it next week? Since I started the show a couple of years ago, I have yet to actually miss one. I've changed the time sometimes, but I've yet to actually miss one. Next week on Thursday, I won't be here. It's as simple as that. I won't even be home. I will be at school doing parent-teacher meetings. I won't be here, so I can't really do the show. I was going to do it on Wednesday. However, we found out that our girl Tessa has a veterinarian appointment on the evening of Wednesday. Nothing serious, but it's enough that I'm not going to, nothing serious at all. It's pretty routine, but it's enough that I'm not going to be here on Wednesday like I thought I was going to be. So I think I'll do just a quick version on Tuesday. We'll have a quick little visit. You and I will have a quick little confab, a quick little visit on Tuesday, and we'll call it good then for the week for that. Next week's content, I'm going to get what I can to you, man. But as you can tell, it's pretty slammed. So I just wanted to throw that out there, kind of a programming note. It looks like we're going to do a quick version of the show on Tuesday, is what I'm thinking right now. Could that change again? Yeah, it could. That's the thing. Watch my community tab. That's where I'll update the day of, an hour or 2 hours before the show, something like that. That's where I'll update it, right? So just so you know, as we go down here, hey, Keldio. Hey, Logan. Hey, Lee. Hey, Marcus. Let's see. Hey, Warren. Yeah, it has been a while, man. I'm glad you're here. It is Starscream Wife's hoodie. She is here. She is a little under the weather, so I'm actually going to try and make the show a little shorter tonight for that as well. I haven't even had a chance to eat yet, but I wanted to be here for you guys because you know what? It's important. The show is important, man. The show is important. Hey, Pokemon Master, you and I were talking just very recently. Hey, average cassette player, man. It's been a while. Oh, hey, Ultra Megatronus says the Teespring merch is really good quality and comfortable. You may know over the last several weeks, I showed off about 6 items from the merch store, and I said it wasn't mine. It belonged to somebody else. It belongs to Ultra Megatronus. I just got more reading a non-Transformer fan comic called Sea Beach Line Incident. Okay. Hope it was good. Never see her in chat anymore. No, it's been a while since Starscream has been in chat. Yeah. As we go down here a little bit. Yeah, miles and inches. I'm trying, man. I live in Canada. We're metric. So, but I know a lot of our American friends, I think, still use miles and inches. I think you can correct me if I'm wrong about that. I have promised to look after her when the show is over. That's true. That's what you do for your family. You look after your family. Yeah, it is honestly, Marcus, very much a hurricane-like storm. We're pretty hardy people around here. Like we've had big storms. A couple of years ago, we had Snowmageddon. In fact, there's an overview of that on my channel. If you look up Snowmageddon, you'll see it. And that was brutal. I got to tell you, in my 43 years on this planet, I have never seen anything quite as frightening as the weather that the west coast of this province got in the last couple of days. Really scary. The infrastructure just doesn't exist to deal with rains of, like a lot of rain for us, is usually somewhere between 25 and 50 millimeters. Like that's a fair amount of rain. A big storm is 80 to 100 millimeters. I've never heard of 150. I've never heard of 300. There was one location where apparently there was 450 millimeters of rain. That's a lot of rain, man. Somebody said that's 2 months worth of rain in about 24 hours. Like that's a lot, right? That's a lot of precipitation, man. Mother Nature, respect her. Let's see. Hold on, I gotta adjust something here. Hold on. Minor adjustment, but it's for my benefit, not yours. You're not even gonna notice it. If we go down here a little bit. Hey, Slow DK, happy you're here, buddy. I'm in the UK, bro. I'm in the UK. If they change over to metric too late in my education, it's funny. They change over to metric late in my education too. Like while I use millimeters and I use kilometers because that's what's used. My height is still feet. I'm 6 feet tall. I don't know what that is in centimeters. I think it's like 183 centimeters or something, but I really don't know. I cross the line on both. Honestly, I really, really do. So that's usually why I use kind of both measurements. Okay, so let's pop into the news because, like I said, I don't want to be here forever because Starscream Wife isn't feeling the best. We've done the unboxing for the week, which wasn't much of an unboxing. By the way, before we get into the news, I'm going to point this out now. So last week, of course, I opened the what was it called? Battle Against Time, and it's the Grimlock that is the same mold as Dinobot, and then it is the other version of Mirage. Yes, the shoulder is modded. Man, I'm torn. I am torn. I like this one. I feel like this one, the Siege one, embodies the character better. Like I feel like the proportions seem more like Mirage than the Earthrise one. I'm going to call it Earthrise, Battle Against Time. But I do like the arms, especially the biceps and the forearms and the hands of this one better because they're colored more accurately. I also like the solid blue lower legs over the translucent. So there's things I like about both. Who knows? Maybe I'll take bits and pieces of both and cobble them together. I don't know yet. The transformation on this guy, little bit bonkers. Not going to lie. Not real used to it yet, but a little bit bonkers. We'll be reviewing them up and coming at some point. It will not be in the next couple of weeks because we kind of took a vote last week. If you were here, then you know it. If you weren't here, you don't know. But we kind of took a vote last week to kind of finish off Devastator. And tomorrow I will put up I think it's fourth part, and that's Scavenger. Oh, buddy, Scavenger suffers an awful lot, not going to lie. Now, that being said, of course, I have 4 more pieces to go. We're going to do them as quickly as I can. And then we have like the combine mode to look at, which we'll compare with the Combiner Wars Devastator. In fact, we'll compare the Constructicons in vehicle mode, we'll compare them in robot mode, and we'll compare the combine mode. But this is what I got so far. Oh, buddy. And somebody asked me, hey, why are we looking at like the groin and leg of Devastator? Because I had a picture of this area in the community tab. Now, this guy's big, not quite tight. Now I would call it Supreme Class. However, and I want somebody here to be able to point it out to me. So, like, I get it. The leg moves forward. That's cool. Nice and strong. Moves out. Now, this is the KO, by the way. Moves out. Cool. Nice and strong. And back. And we have an ankle tilt. Am I correct or incorrect in saying that there is no knee for this guy at all? None. Not a knee at all. Is that right? Do this guy lack knees? In the modern era, does this guy not have knees? That's what I'm asking you guys that would know. Because on the KO, I cannot seem to find knees on either leg. So somebody confirm that for me, would you? Somebody confirm that for me. I'm going to just check in here, and then we're going to jump into the news pretty quick. Let's see. Yeah, the paint is holding up on the custom pretty well. Yeah, she's right. Yeah. As we go down here. Man, listen, I had to try and do the conversion. I meant to do it earlier, but I've just been busy since I got home. Couldn't sound more Canadian than when you say arms. Oh. Is there a certain way we say arms? Yeah, we do mile and inches. That's what I thought, Pascani. Where is the bad weather heading? I think it's heading north. I think it's heading further north. I don't think you need to worry about Caldillo. Yeah, it's heading north. I don't know. I don't know. I thought you lived in the U.S., Caldillo. Where do you live if it's north from me? I don't know. I thought north and out over the Atlantic, to be honest with you, but I could be wrong. Where do you vote for the top 10s, Marcus asks? On the community tab, or on Patreon, or on Twitter, or on Instagram, or on the GotBot Facebook page, or on 18 other Transformers groups. Think that's everywhere that it goes posted. It shouldn't be hard to find. Honestly, it really shouldn't be hard to find. A lot of people miss it. And I tell you the other thing people miss, that the voting always every week ends midnight on Friday. And you might say, which midnight? Because there's a lot of time zones. Your midnight. It's all right. I have allotted for the last midnight time. I know what the different time zones. I know when things are. So midnight, wherever you are, midnight on Friday, your time is the cutoff. I've let a little bit of leeway there, but not very much. Some people will be like late on Saturday, and they're like, there's the vote. And I'm like, you're too late. It's always in the description of the question, right? So that's where you do it. And please, Marcus, for the love and honor of all that's right, good, and holy in this world, don't vote with 14, 15, 20 names. I don't know why people do this. Like, how do you vote in elections? Vote with 1 or 2 names. That's all. 2 or 3 names. That's enough. You need to think about, when the questions go up, think about, who do you legitimately think could make the list? If you vote for 20 characters, they obviously cannot make the list. If you vote for 10, obviously all 10 of your votes cannot make the list. Who do you legitimately think will make the list? Keep in mind that on average, I have 400 or 500 of these votes to count. Sometimes it's been as high as 900. I think we broke 1,000 once. So, like, there's a lot of votes that go into this. It's not, 40 votes or 50 votes. There's a lot of votes that go into this. And I don't need 20 per person. Anywhere you see him, Boscon, he says, yeah, it's around everywhere. But that was a fair question, man. Hey, Ethan. There isn't any knee joint. There isn't on mine. That's not going to help him when it comes to the scores for articulation, man. Not going to help him. Hey, good, bad. I appreciate the sentiment, buddy. He, of course, said happy Thanksgiving. I can worry about the storm. Oh, you live in North Carolina. Dude, no. I don't know where you think I live. I live in the North Atlantic. I live in Newfoundland. I live in Canada. I'm above you. You don't need to worry about it. What would you do if meet an Autobot? I don't know. Say hi. Can I go for a ride? I guess. It's hard to make a decision because there's so many good characters. It is hard to make a decision. That's the point. It's supposed to be hard to make a decision. That's exactly the point. They're meant to make you think. They're meant to make you say, oh, man, who could really do this, They're meant to make you think. Now, that being said, my advice, my rule of thumb is always whatever the first name is that comes to your mind, say that. That's your vote because that's what your gut is telling you to go with. I blame Facebook and YouTube. They're slacking on notifications. They probably are. You just made the list. Yeah, absolutely. I love that. I love Jericho. He's great. Hey, Blue. And guys, if I'm missing anything, I apologize. I finally finished my run of my custom because I missed out on the Earthrise one. Ooh, how did it work out for you, Caldeo? That's a lot of painting, man. While you answer that, I'm going to finally jump to the news. We don't have a lot, so this shouldn't take too long, to be honest with you. So first things first. We had from, what's the name of the company? I can't even read my own writing. One of the studios that make plushes, they made a Unicron plush of his head. It stands 20 inches with his horns included, 14 without. It's a great big pillow of Unicron's head. Pretty cool if you want to sleep on Unicron's face, I guess. It's kind of adorable. I give it that. Transformers. Let's see. TFCon LA. A whole bunch of stuff came up for TFCon LA this week. We have, what's his name? Brody Chalmers, I guess. That was War for Cybertron Impactor. He's going to be appearing there. Greg Berger's going to be appearing there. David Kay is going to be appearing there. Berger and Kay, they're kind of staples. They usually go to most of the TF cons and stuff. It's always a treat when people see them. Alan Oppenheimer is going to be going. He, of course, was probably best known as Beachcomber for Transformers fans, but definitely best known as Skeletor. Who else? Greg Berg. He apparently was Igor in Dark of the Moon. I got to be honest, I don't remember Igor. He was also Fozzie and Scooter on Muppet Babies, so go figure. And some other guy, Tyler Blenzinski. I don't know who that is. And Melody Britt, who was Alana or Elena, however you pronounce it, in Transformers G1. She was also She-Ra. So she's going to be there. So a lot of big names kind of going to TFCon. We saw some TF movie high tops, so some sneakers. It looks pretty cool, honestly. They are branded for the 86 movie. And really, they're inspired by, that like psychedelic kind of look at the beginning when the song is playing and they're going through the credits and all that. That psychedelic-y type of look is what the sneakers are inspired by. It looks really cool. I'm not going to lie. They look, a lot of these like crossover sneaker things, I'm like, but these look really cool. The 86 high tops look really, really cool. The pops are the Funko Pop tracks. Apparently, this is going to be like a multiple convention exclusive. I don't think tracks is going to be that easy to get, sadly. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news there, but I don't think tracks are going to be super easy to get unless you can get to a con. KFC, Keith, boy. Like he's got this defensor that he's in the midst of doing his stuff, and still he manages to put out an accessory. KFC put out this like medical bay bed thing that fits MP44. So if you want your MP44 to be lying down, maybe he's damaged, maybe it's that 86 movie scene when he's, passing the Matrix and stuff. There's now a bed made by KFC for it. I don't know what the price is, but I'm for a medical bay bed. It's probably overpriced, but if you want it, it's there, I guess. We saw images of pterosaur. Look, here's the thing. If you don't like the Kingdom Air Razor / Skywarp mold, you're probably not going to like pterosaur because it's pretty much the same mold. Some differences and stuff, like the head is on his back this time instead of folding up from the chest and whatnot. I love it. I love that mold. I thought it was stupendously well done. The bit of molding differences and remolding that's been done for pterosaur, I think makes sense. I think it's the right size for him. I think it's great. I think it's great. I think the face is spot on. I mean, I customized the original a long time ago. Cannot wait to get this pterosaur. Really sad that Amazon.ca has canceled a bunch of pre-orders for him. Glad I put mine in on .com for that guy. Bear Brick Optimus Prime. It's the it kind of looks like a plastic teddy bear that turns into an Optimus Prime. They put out a black version that is a Bape version. It is the 200% size, whatever that means. I can tell you this, it stands about 14 and a half centimeters. Centimeters? Is it centimeters? Yeah, centimeters. 14 and a half centimeters. So I don't know what the normal size of that is, but this one's 14 and a half centimeters. I guess it looks cool if you like the Optimus that turns into a teddy bear thing. If you like that gimmick, man, then great, awesome. This is probably for you. What else? Artfire is out in Canada apparently at our GameStop. Yes, not EB Games, GameStop. They have now officially been completely rebranded as GameStop. In fact, all of the EB Games signs are gone and replaced with GameStop. You walk in the store, it's literally not different at all in the least. It's the exact same store as it was, except for the sign outside. What will happen? Will it go downhill? Because I've heard the GameStop in the US is nothing great. Will it go downhill in Canada? I don't know. Guess we'll see. Artfire's out. I do hope to get them. I just haven't had a chance to go checking and whatnot. I didn't pre-order them, but I would like to get them. I love the Inferno mold. I like it for Grapple. I like it for Inferno. I'm sure I like it for Artfire. Do I think he's overpriced? Well, he comes with a little, of course, like Battle Master, Target Master thing, naturally, of Nightstick. And he retails here for $49.99. I think that's about $10 too much. I think it should be $39.99, to be honest with you. Canadian now. But considering that the Voyagers just jumped to 44, about $5 extra for the Battle Master. Yeah, you know what? It's in the ballpark of what it should be. It's just I think all of the prices are gone a little too high. So I wish it was a little lower. I'm going to keep an eye out for it. If I can get it, I'm going to get it. Because here's the thing. When I first heard the price, I said, I'm not getting that. But there's so little in Legacy that I have any use in getting and that I plan to get at all that, yeah, I'll get an Artfire. Why not? All that interests me in Legacy is skids and maybe kickback. Otherwise, I'm not buying anything in Legacy. I don't think any of it looks any good. Honestly, I think it looks pretty awful, but that's just me. What else do we have here? Oh, buddy. Masterpiece Cliff Jumper was shown. I don't know. We saw more images of this. And we've seen this go through. I think there's a lot of clear plastic used. I think there's a ton of paint, which is nice. I'll give credit where credit is due. But there's something about the way that I guess the spoiler on the trunk folds up to become that section just under his chin that's like the top of his chest that looks out of proportion. It looks too big. It looks like it's sticking off too much. The arms look all right. The legs look all right. The feet are those awful, horrid bumblebee feet that look okay from front on, but not from any other angle. The head looks good, but the feet don't look good. The chest looks off. I think there's a lot of clear plastic. This is supposed to be really premium. I don't think it's the best cliff jumper on the market. I'll say that. There have been other ones that are MP inspired that I think do cliff jumper better than the official. But to each their own. The chest is throwing it off for me. Jackpot. Let's talk Jackpot for a minute. I didn't put a pre-order in for him. I don't know if I will. I like the jazz mold, all right, but it's pretty delicate. I've heard that the Jackpot version of the mold is not nearly as delicate and actually transforms much, much, much better. Cool. Great. And then there's the head. There's definitely a sculpting issue with the head. Every picture I've seen so far, the two halves of the head do not line up. One half is, I don't know if it's bigger. I don't know if it's not glued together straight or what, but one side of the head on every picture I've seen so far is bigger. I have heard through the grapevine that apparently there was a molding issue, but they went through with production anyway, and this is what's out there. If that's true, I don't know if that's true. That seems shady to me. If that's true, though, that is a big slap in the face to fans to say it's off, but that's good enough. They'll buy it anyway. I don't like that. I really hope that there's no evidence to actually support that being the case. Like I said, I heard through the grapevine, so I wouldn't put any stock in it at all. I think it was just a production error that by the time it was noticed, they were already out. The orders were already gone. How it passed QC like that, I'm not sure. It's disappointing about the head. I hope that it's limited. I hope it's just a limited run and the rest of them end up all right. We'll see. But there's definitely, with the pictures I've seen so far, there's definitely something up with the head. Let's check in with you guys a little bit before we go on here with the news. Let's see. Let's go up here. As we go down just a little bit. My wife put our Christmas decorations up the other day. I would like to be started to have ours put up. I got the lights up outside. I'd like to have more done here, but I'm too busy. I'm too busy. I had ideas for a show coming for TV. What? I had ideas for a TV show coming soon. Oh, okay, Ethan. Cool, I guess. I think that my Runamuck and Runabout Custom came out pretty good. Good. I'm happy for you, Caldeo. Love to stay, but yeah, I understand, man. I understand, Blue, if you got to go, especially where it's a holiday and all that stuff there. I like plushies, and I wish they made more Transformers plushies. I mean, they made a nice few, man, if you go hunting long enough, you know. There were 5 Transformers movies. There were 6 Transformers movies. Actually, 7 Transformers movies, not 5. There was the first 3. Then there was Age of Extinction. Then there was The Last Night. Then there was the Bumblebee movie. If we go back, there was the 86 movie. So that's 7. There's the new one coming up, Rise of the Beast. That's been delayed. So that's 8. So there's not 5. There's 8. Igor is the head of a... What? Igor is the head of a long haul from Revenge of the Fallen. Maybe. I don't remember Igor. I got to be honest. It's one of those things that just passed me by and I didn't notice it. I have Marvel plushies. They say quotes. That's hilarious. So we go down here. Hey, Maximal 10. Happy you're here, buddy. Use the KFC bed for a bedroom scene for Beast Force Cheetor with a copy of Hot Chassis Monthly. Plastic teddy bear. Well, I don't know what else to call it other than a plastic teddy bear. I'm a little worried about the upcoming Jackpot figure. That head didn't come out well. I agree. Haida. I agree, man. I thought I saw the Optimus deathbed for $49.99. So maybe you did. Maybe you saw it for $50 US. That's a lot for a bed for an Optimus. Just done eating. Feel like I'm gonna burst. And then you're done Thanksgiving, right, buddy? Ready for the food coma. I also got Kingdom Rhinox and Waspinator. I don't care if the Waspinator isn't cartoon accurate because, like you said, on how Kingdom version of the Maximals and Preds could be altered. Yeah, I mean, like, it's not the Waspinator for me. I do want cartoon accurate. But, you know, like, I would not advise anyone to go back and get the Thrilling 30 at this point because that's probably going to be more expensive. I mean, if you don't have that, then get the Kingdom. If you want both, if you're a huge Waspinator fan, you want both, cool. To me, the Kingdom Waspinator is more an homage to the animated Waspinator. When I see the Kingdom Waspinator, I think animated. I don't think Beast Wars. I think animated. If you're cool with that, cool. It's not for me. I'm not picking it up. I'm not interested in it. I've seen it a couple times. I passed it. Like with Shadow Panther. I've seen it a couple times. I passed it. I'm not interested. But if you are, like, I'm sure it'll be fine. Legacy Bulkhead, garbage. What they shouldn't have even put it out. That's a slap in the face to every fan. And if you like Legacy Bulkhead, then why? I don't understand. I get your head out of the ground. Hold the company more accountable. The only thing on Bulkhead that looks good is the head sculpt. Agreed. I've already got the previous Artfire. If you have the previous Artfire, man, don't upgrade it because that original Classics mold is gorgeous. And I believe he came with two of the Target Master partners, and they were the more Arms Micron better ones. So I don't think I would update it. I really don't if I were you. But I mean, you do what you want to do. Not a whole working overnight. Oh, working overnight tonight. Ew. Yuck. Oh yeah, because tomorrow is the whole Friday thing. Yes, the whole Black Friday thing, right? I have the War for Cybertron Optimus, including Deathbed and Nemesis. Ah, see, Nemesis is great. I love Nemesis. Let's see. And I know I'm missing some stuff, so you're just gonna have to bear with me here a little bit, guys. I just finished the other non-Transformers fan comic. If you want, I can tell you the name. No, I'm not gonna have time to read any comics, and if I'm not usually into fan fiction that much. It's not Transformers. I'm definitely not gonna be into it unless it's like Marvel or something. It's not for me, Keldy. I hope you enjoyed it, but I'm not gonna have the time for it. Just watched the Amazon batch. What? Amazon batch? Fix the issues. Oh, that played the Pulse version. Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe. That's okay, Logan. I appreciate you coming in here when you did, buddy. So the Evergreen Cyberverse Warrior 4-pack. Yeah, I saw it too. Not good. Okay, let's go on. We don't have a whole lot here. Let's see. We saw more images of the YOLO IIES Eyes Optimus Prime. I talked about it last week. It's gigantic. It's intricate. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It doesn't transform. It's for a high-end, hyper kind of complex collector that wants a presence on their shelf. They look good. It's not for me. It's going to be a niche market. I'll say that. Studio Series Soundwave was shown. Looks pretty neat. Tons of sculpted detail. Even when you open his chest, there's sculpted detail inside. Looks like a lot of paint. The white is brilliant. He holds his blaster really weird because of the open hand, though I do like the open hands on him. I don't know what he transforms into. Like he's one of these examples of something that turns into a nothing. One of the worst alt modes I've ever seen. I get him. Don't transform him. Apparently, the instructions don't even identify what it is. I don't know. I don't know what he turns into. Not for me. 100% not for me. But if you're in for the Bumblebee movie, guys, you got to get him, man. You got. I'm sure the robot mode is great. The molding looks beautiful. I'm sure the articulation is great. I know it's a Cybertronian mode, but it doesn't look like an anything. It doesn't even resemble anything. So I don't know. To each their own, I guess, but I don't get it. What else do we have here? I like it. I love the head sculpt, but I don't like that nothing alt mode. And like I feel like sometimes they use the word Cybertron mode as like a cop out for like, let's just move some parts around and it'll look like this and call it good. And somebody says, yeah, but that's a nothing. And somebody else says, yeah, but that's a Cybertronium mode. We could have done an episode. Of Creator and the Corporate Man here. Could have done. I didn't think ahead. Could have done an episode. We saw some images of Reboost. Man, I didn't realize how impressed I was with the Masterpiece Reboost / Skids mold. Both of them. They are about the size of a Voyager. Honestly, I've seen them compared to some things. They are about the size of a Voyager. So arguably, that might be a good size for Skids. Really looks good. I mean, the hood opens. We have an engine in there. The trunk opens. The doors open. It's very unassuming. It looks beautiful. In red, it looks gorgeous. In blue, it looks gorgeous. Honestly, I'm not an MP guy, but I gotta say, MP Skids MP Reboost, because who would have ever thought of Reboost? I think both of them are exactly the shot in the arm that MP needs for something good. I really do. I hope that the transformation isn't idiotic. I hope that it doesn't have breakage issues, because man, that would be really, really, really sad. What else we have? Transform Dreamwave showed their upgrade kit for God Neptune. It's really the exact same kit for that they put out for King Poseidon, with the new chest piece in the head, and new like thigh and hip pieces and new feet. Looks great. Looks bulky, looks wonderful. I think it's $50, $60 US. I mean, I got God Neptune. I don't know. I'm not usually an upgrade kits guy, but this one does look good. We will see. My only concern with it is, what do you do with the pieces when you want them in their individual modes and stuff, right? So I don't know. I don't know. We will see as time goes on. Moon Studio showed off their version of Shuki and Kane. And I have already heard that the two leg bots are very hefty, very solid in all modes. That's what I've heard from people who have handled the legs. I think that the Moon Studio Shuki obliterates the MPG. I think it destroys it. I think it makes the MPG pretty much obsolete. Even though the Moon Studio Shuki still isn't perfect. The Moon Studio Shuki doesn't have a bunch of panels and stuff all over him, but he got a hella backpack, man. Hella backpack. So, but I think that the backpack is the lesser evil. I think it looks great in train mode. I think he looks great in robot mode. I have not yet seen. No, he's chest. I think he's chest mode. He looked great there. I don't know. The MPG to me feels like a Generations mainline that they're trying to sell and pass off as a masterpiece, and charging a masterpiece exorbitant price of 160 US dollars. If it was just a mainline and was being sold as like a Voyager or something for like $40, $30, whatever, I'd be like, yeah, that Shuki's great. I don't think it's worth no 160 US. I don't know what the Moon Studio one is going to be, but I have heard that each component will be cheaper than the MPG. I feel like Moon Studio might be the way to go. Honestly, for anybody in for Raiden right now with the two offerings, I feel like the Moon Studio is the way to go. To each their own, but I like it better. If you prefer the MPG, cool. I'm not going to say don't get it. It's just I don't see the merit the same. That's just me. What else do we have here? Premium finish Megatron. It's the Siege Megatron. Now, what I find weird is the speckling detail on him. I feel it's very almost pixelated. Like, it's a weird way. I guess it's digital paint, but it's really weird the way that it was done, honestly. I don't know. To each their own, I guess. Let's just go up here a little bit, checking with you guys real quick. Let's see. How high up do I need to go here? Oh, not very far. Target is messed up. Found 3 Dracula's figures, and when I went to buy one, it didn't ring up. Dracula's is here. It's a deluxe being sold for a leader class price point. Here, that leader class price point is $72.99 for Mind Wipe, basically. No, thank you. But that's a shame, Ultra Megatronus. But it happens a lot with Target, apparently. I've heard. I may pick up Legacy Bulkhead to blow it up. It shouldn't exist. Fair. But see, again, like, these sort of passing pickups, like, I can't do that anymore, because guess what? Legacy Bulkhead is going to be $45 plus tax. Oh, I'm not paying $50 for that. It looks like garbage. Just get 2 small boxes, custom make Bulkhead with them, blow it up. If you give Legacy Bulkhead a giant walker drone, he could homage each and every Bulkhead character. I'm not getting the reference. I'm sorry. Hey, Input. Input's probably stuffed and ready to do some custom Seekers. Bumblebee Soundwave's alt mode looks like a Batman Batwing. It does. I know that you say it. It really does. It really does. Wow. It's probably supposed to be a flying ship of some sort. Vinyl Tech Skids is still incredible. It is. I agree. Vinyl Tech Skids is still incredible. Moon Studio is $110 each, so it is cheaper. There you go. I have plans to make Mind Wipe a minion of Unicron for my Transformers stop motion series. I could see that. I could see that, Caldeo. Okay, let's do the trivia, and then I'm going to, while you guys are answering, I'm going to do the last bit of news, and then we're going to get out of here. Trivia tonight is one where you have to kind of pay attention here. Who is, and it's actually more than one correct answer here, who is the odd man out? A, Blitzwing. B, Warpath. C, Slammer. Or D, Inferno. G1 Inferno. Who is the odd man out? Who doesn't belong? Is it Blitzwing? Is it Warpath? Is it Slammer? Or is it Inferno? While you guys come up with the answers there, Bri saying B. He's saying Warpath. We have an A. No, now he's changing it to A. We have an Inferno. We have a D for Inferno. While you guys put in your answers, I'm going to go through the last bit of news. And the last bit of news is the latest update on Haslab Victory Saber. I actually, for patrons and channel members, I actually have two I'll say blogs coming up about that. It is my kind of like victory vlog, I'm calling it, and it's my thoughts a little more in depth than what I give here. Actually, quite a bit more in depth what I give here. So this one came out. It's a bunch of parts for the for the big shield, the V shield, for the V-Lock cannon, and for the display stand. But apparently the 5 parts are in there that make up the Brain of Courage. And it said, can you find them? And it says that they are on 3, 4, 13, and 18. I didn't see any numbers. I don't know which parts were 3, 4, 13, and 18. I got to be honest. It meant nothing to me. Yeah, okay, so you got a bunch of parts on a sprue. Big deal. They're not painted. They're not colored. It's just sprue parts that are gray. Doesn't really impress me that much. I don't know what the parts are. I can't pick them out. And honestly, I'm not interested enough to scrutinize them to know what all these parts are. I don't have the time to do that. I'm a busy man. I guess updates are neat. Give an update when there's something worth giving an update about. What you got on a sprue? I don't know. Maybe it impresses you. It doesn't impress me. Let's see what your answers are here, ladies and gentlemen. So we have an A, we have a D, we have Inferno, A, duh, being Blitzwing. Inferno from Mike, and A from Ultra Megatronus. Inferno. Ultra Megatronus, A-E-I-O-U, and sometimes Y. Inferno. Get well soon, Starscream Wife. Inferno is the only one without a tank mode, even reaching. He's a ladder truck. Yep. Let's see. I'm reading a wholesome and cute collection of fan comic shorts, and my heart feels warm now. Well, I'm glad your heart feels warm. Mine is a cold black core chunk. I don't feel warmth. But you know, I've been like it for a long time. Yeah, this update was odd. It was like, it's fine. I'm not offended by this update, and I don't feel bad about it, and I don't feel dirty about it like I have with some of the other stuff. It's just, why? Okay, you're showing me things on a sprue. Anybody who has ever looked at a model or a Gundam have seen parts on a sprue. It's not a big deal. It's nothing to get excited about. I'm just saying. The answer for the trivia, ladies and gentlemen, is by rights officially D, Inferno, because he is a fire engine. He doesn't have a tank mode. However, also acceptable would have been Slammer if you're referencing the G1, because Slammer was a drone that didn't have a robot mode. That one's a bit iffy because we do have the new Kingdom Slammer coming up that does have a robot mode. And of course, A, Blitzwing could definitely also be a correct answer because he's the only triple changer in the list. So I kind of gave that one as the easy one with multiple answers because you know what? It's Thanksgiving for a lot of you guys, and I wanted you all to win. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. We're going to get out of here. I appreciate you coming by. Remember, next week's show is definitely going to be off. I'm thinking Tuesday right now. We will see, because of Tessa's vet appointment on Wednesday, because of me having to do my real life job on Thursday. I love each and every one of you. I hope you have a tremendous Thanksgiving. If you're going to brave Black Friday tomorrow, I'm not planning on doing it, but if you're going to brave Black Friday tomorrow, best of luck to you. Stay safe out there. I appreciate each and every one of you coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon, see what we offer to you through Teespring, or of course you can hit the join button right here on YouTube to become a channel member. Don't forget that somehow, some way, each and every single day, you do make a difference. And I look forward, baby, to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams, usually on Thursday nights, at the stop motion premieres, or the old fashioned way, baby, right here inside the videos.